Talk about the real strength that comes actually not from playing it safe, but by throwing yourself in the danger. That means you're not going to go out with a lot of defense and trying to protect yourselves. Sometimes all you need is a lot of danger. And why do I say about this? Because the more you expose yourself to the danger, and you thought that you were not ready for that fearful conflict with your opponent, with your enemy, but I'm here to tell you the strongest parts of you comes out in the most vulnerable, in the most difficult times. And I've experienced this myself. Like, the more I think I should not do this so I can keep myself safe, I feel that I'm keeping myself more and more stuck in a more so called safe zone, which is actually not a safe place. That is just your cage that you have built in your own mind. So you might think that going out means people are difficult outside, right? That's pretty obvious for everyone who's on the planet. Everybody has got their enemies, everybody has got their opponents that they get to deal with every single day. So the challenge should not be that you do not move out and that you do not want to have a confrontation with the opponent, but rather go all the way. Because the moment you show your opponent that you're fearful, they're going to use it against you. And clearly, this whole confrontation is about courage. And the one who has got more courage basically wins this battle. So you might find people cutting you off on the street, or somebody just being specially mean only to you because they don't like you because of who you are, because you are strong and they need a group, a bunch of people to come and attack on you to bring your vibration down. And a lot of stuffs like that. You've created some some piece of art and you submitted it and it got rejected. People said, no, that's not making any sense. You wrote a poetry, you wrote a story, and you submitted it to the publisher, and they said, no, we don't like it, so we don't publish that. There can be a lot of situations like that. Or you had a meeting with your boss and said that I wanted that promotion, and they felt that no, you're not ready. And they might have given you a poor rating despite you thinking that no, I've done this good work and I deserve a better rating. So there are all these conflicts in our day to day living. But what is in your control, you must do that. That means not to shrink, not to dim your light, and keep shining like this candle. Because clearly, like in my all of videos, I talk about this fight between duality, light and dark. And the moment you shrink your light is when the darkness overpowers you. The moment you think that you're not ready is when the opponent attacks you. The opponent doesn't attack you when you're strong. Watch that. Opponent attacks you when they find you weak. Opponent attacks you when they think you're vulnerable. You're not ready for it. But what do the Stoics say is that you must be ready every single day. Don't expect it's going to be a rosy day. And all these, you see, like, internet is filled with these videos like do affirmations and it's going to be an awesome day and I'm visualizing awesomeness. But that does not deny the fact that there are enemies out there and that you have to face your opponents. So do your affirmations and do all of that good thing, but also prepare yourself for the adversity. That means by not giving the opponent any sort of an open space, a loophole wherein they can come and attack you. That means you have to be extra conscious, not just when you move out, even while you are in your home, because you might be staying in your home and thinking, I'm safe, there's no enemy. But what about your thoughts? What about your mind that tells you, it's okay, just this one reel and then I'm done. Okay, maybe just 5 more reels, just 5 more shots and I'm done. And then you soon watch the time passed from that 5 minutes to 5 hours. This is very real. And I'm telling you all from my example because I talk about myself, because I want to share what I have learned. So this is about it. And also I've been reading this beautiful book of Lao Tzu, Tao Te Ching, in which he talks about the love of life. And this is very similar to what I talked about. Like, you do not have to completely, because you love life, you should not totally keep yourself so much enclosed in a box that now you're yourself suffocating to death. Because love for life also means you should be aware of death because there's duality. Know that you cannot have only light, there's got to be darkness. Like in a 24-hour day, there is morning and then there's night, and in the middle is the afternoon, wherein the day turns gradually to evening and night. So there's no way that you can escape the dual aspect of the duality, which is the darkness. So, what does Lao Tzu say in his beautiful poem, Love of Life? I'll read out. To look for life is to find death. The 13 organs of our living and the 13 organs of our dying. Why are the organs of our life where death enters us? Because we hold too hard to living. So I've heard if you live in the right way, when you cross country, you need not fear to meet a mad bull or a tiger. When you're in a battle, you need not fear the weapons. The bull would find nowhere to jab its horns, the tiger nowhere to stick its claws, the sword nowhere for its point to go. Why? Because there's nowhere in you for death to enter. So, very beautiful poem. And basically, it's about the more you analyze yourself, that there is no you, the I which I think I am, which separates me from my enemies, from my opponents, from the chaos in the world outside. That is actually a shadow of me. So things which I do not like in others is very much a shadow of me, which I'm trying to avoid. Like you see mean people outside and you just don't want to confront them. You think they're too mean. And which is fine. You do not have to confront them. But if they come out with a proposal or an argument to fight, then you must go all the way. And there's no way that you're not going to see, because what you're trying to do is you might be a person of light and you're a giver, and then your opponent might be a taker, might be an energy vampire who just wants to attack you for your good energy so that you can feel broken and down, because they wanted just to make you feel unpleasant, unhappy, weak, and miserable. So you should not just surrender and say, "Oh, it's okay. I'm not going to confront you," because many times your confrontation is itself going to tell them not to mess with you the very next time. It's about the actions that you take from there on. And that in turn also prepares you that you cannot just be living in a dream world. You should see the world for what it is, and you've got to be strong. Because if you're not strong, if you don't show that, don't be mean to me because I can be the real bad guy, which you don't want me to be. So show the world that you've got a bad side too, so that they do not mess with you. And this is only for the opponents. For the good ones, you did not wear any mask. You did not pretend. For the good ones, they are already your white trap. They know who you are and they do not mess with you. They respect you and you respect them. It's very mutual. But all of this from the dual plane of the good and the bad, of the light and the dark, of happiness and sadness, right? But Lao Tzu is trying to say that when you see that there is no center in you, even when you go out in the forest and the tiger is not going to attack you, and this is real thing, like if you try and defend yourself and you try to run away, there would be attackers on you. But when you just stand there in all your power, just as who you are, without threatening others' existence, no tiger would come and attack you, even if you're in the wildest of the jungle. No weapon could harm you. In fact, nothing can destroy you. When you stay centered and focus in your own being, in who you are, then you are not attached. And you're not also in a state of desire that I wanted that thing, that stuff, and if they fail me and if they didn't give it to me, you're not going to feel shattered. Rather, you're going to look at it from a more pragmatic, more practical point of view and say, this is what has happened. And if I feel there has been injustice, I'm going to report that and see through the happenings, the movement of my case next. Or if you think that you were the one which did it wrong, then you're going to learn your lessons and prepare yourself in a better way for that exam the very next time. But whatever happens, again, it comes back to this thing. Do we have free will, or is it all already destined that you are going to pass or fail? Is it already destined that you're going to be making it big in this world, or are you just going to play it small and just go unnoticed? A lot of sages say in India that everything is already predestined. The family you'll be born into, the amount of money you'll make, the partner you're going to live with rest of your life, the kind of children you'll have, whether they are going to be successful or not, the kind of progeny you would have, all of this is already predestined. But if so is the case, you still want to know from your own self, like, where is it that it is all actually taking me? So a lot of people go to astrologers and they do their moon readings and chart readings, and which is all science actually. It is all science. It's not just blind trust. But who truly gets to know about the future? The only way you can get to know about the future is by being completely present in the now. Like I don't go to the astrologers, but my parents used to take me to astrologer when I was in school, and then they would tell that you should wear this stone or and that gemstone so that your stars get aligned, so that your planets and the movement gets aligned, so that you can have a better health, you can live uh, more centered, you can develop more concentration. Because then I was a student, and in student life concentration is very essential so that you can get better grades, and you want to be healthy so that you can study better. But coming back to the question, do you have the free will, or is it all already destined? If it is all already destined, then I think the burden is less, because then you need not worry about. You should just drop the burden and do what best you can to your best knowledge, and stop thinking about having in excess just because of the this idea of competition, that they have it so I want it. Now my enemy challenges me, so I want to go and get that bag, because you know what, I'm going to show you what I am. Maybe that also is also predestined. Your enemies come to challenge you, because without that challenge you would not pick on that fight, and then you would not have all those inner demons inside you that runs and tells you, what the hell are you doing with your life? Why don't you make something humongous out of yourself? So maybe those enemies are actually not your enemies. Those are your true people who push your buttons, who make fun of you, who laugh at you. Because you see, every time you are faced with that mockery, with that look on their face which tells you are disgusting, do you see a strange kind of energy that you get inside yourself? And that suddenly fills you up with a lot of power. You see that, wow, I've got this whole energy that I can utilize myself, and I'm going to use it creatively. So you might think that those people don't like you and they are your haters and they come just to mock at you, to make fun of you, which is what they want. They do not want you to see your power. But you, because you are built different, you do not see it like an attack. You rather see it like, wow, this has been energy thrown at me. Now I'm pumped up and I'm going to use it all to my best interest. I'm going to see how best I can use this energy to just be me. And you go a step further in who you are born as, in you not shrinking your light, in you going full mode, 100% on, full 360-degree turns about expressing yourself as who you are. Because guess what? These haters, they come out to shrink you. But they do not know every time you confront them, you grow bigger and larger. They think that the stones they throw on your way is going to stop you. But by now you have learned that you just walk on top of it. So you're using your haters like a doormat. You're using the stones that they're throwing your way as a stepping stone. And that's why you would notice how the noise has gone less now. How your haters and your enemies do not step out so much now. Because they do see your power. And the reason they are laughing at you is only to hide their insecurities. Because they don't want you to know that they value you. This is the truth. Because they think if they respect you, you're going to be in cloud nine. So rather let me make fun of you, but that is all just to hide their own insecurities. They know exactly who you are. So don't ever shrink it that, oh, I'm just feeling weak because they did this to me or they said something of that nature to me. Use that. Use that displaced energy. Use that chaos to shine as a star. If their energy has displaced you, I'm saying then. If it has not and you just let it go, don't care. Don't bother. Because probably in a day you might have 10 of those incidences, but one of that might have attacked you. Like, why? So if that did leave an energy level impact on you, I'm telling you to use that. I'm telling you to use that energy, that force for your best interest. Because many times you feel that you've got this all work to do, and these haters, what they do is they just give you a push. So in that sense, those are actually your true friends because they are pushing you to your best version. They don't want you to be the best version, but unconsciously, they are pushing you to be your best version. So while they come out in groups and hang out with fake friends, and you are their bonding strength because it's you who actually gets them together. They're not friends. They all just come together because of you. Because they see you as a strong enemy and they cannot confront you alone. So they come out together in groups. So you see your power. There lies your power. So this is what alchemy is. How you utilize the attacks from the external world to your favor. And sometimes if you feel you need to rest, sometimes you feel your body needs rest, that's okay to slow down. Absolutely okay to get some rest for a few days so your body heals. You relax your body, mind, spirit, and soul and all of that. And then you go out bold, strong, unmoved, unbothered, right? And always know that you've got your back. Stop depending on others. That's for the weak, the cowards. You're not that. You're not them. First of all, you're not them. They're scared and terrified of you because you stand alone and you shake up the entire universe just by you being as you. And them, those greedy ones, all they want is more. They just run around like insanely running around like a mad rat running in the rat race. That is what 95% of the people are on the planet. And that's why when they see you, all they do is, like, of course, what else do you expect? Don't expect any sort of sanity from retarded people. Those who are jealous of you, those who see you as a competition, exactly, because you are. Because you are a shining beam of light. So just be who you are, know your power, and act accordingly. Bye. I'll see you in the next one. Peace and love.